We're gabbing. We're gabbing. We're gabbing. We're gabbing. We're gabbing. We're gabbing.
Welcome to GABbin
Gabbing
with Greicy.
and Heather.
This week I am drinking a 2019 Zinfandel. It's like a red wine. It's California and it's called Fox and the Flock. And it's very good.
I like that. Fox.
It says approach with excitement, and it does bring me excitement.
Oh, I feel like I need to have this. I'm missing out. I have to find this so I can drink it.
I would recommend it. I think you would like it.
And I have rosé, which I have had before. And
It's
I don't know where this is from. Navarra. So that means that, where's Navarra? Spain? Argentina? Sure. Okay. I can't.
Well, this week we are going back to our beloved Supernatural. We are on season 5 and we are up to episode 16, and we'll see how far we get tonight. So episode 16 is Dark Side of the Moon, and the summary is ambushed by angry hunters, Sam and Dean are shot and killed and sent to heaven. Castiel warns Dean that Zachariah is looking for them in heaven, so they head to lay low while searching for an angel named Joshua, who can help them since he talks directly to God. While searching for Joshua, the brothers run into some old friends and family members. And so it takes place mostly in heaven, but the first and last scenes are in like a hotel room on Earth. And it doesn't say where. My best guess is that it's somewhere in Wisconsin or that part of the country, because they have like a bunch of Schultz beer in the background that they had drank. And that is like a Wisconsin beer.
Okay. And it's sold like...
It's probably like, if it's not Wisconsin, they're going to be in like Milwaukee, Minnesota, like somewhere. And I think the previous episode, they were in South Dakota, which is on the, like, it's like Minnesota kind of is in between like Wisconsin, Michigan, South Dakota. So there's somewheres about there.
Okay, all right.
And
it's a regional. That's the word I'm trying to find. Regional.
Oh yeah, it's a probably like a regional beer, because I've never seen it here.
Okay.
Or in New York. But who is in this episode?
Well, we have returning stars: Misha Collins playing Castiel, Thunderbird Dinwiddie playing Pamela Barnes, Colin Ford as young Sam Winchester, Kurt Fuller as the obnoxious Zachariah, Chad Lindbergh as Ash, Samantha Smith as Mary Winchester.
All right. Yeah, so we have some blasts from the past.
We do.
Who are you most shocked about being in this?
I don't know. I feel like, again, seeing Mary is always heartbreaking. And in this case, I feel bad for Sam.
Yeah, because Sam is not able to, in different ways. This show represents kind of their trauma from their perspectives, because Sam can't interact with his mother, and that's all he's ever wanted, because he was so little when she died that he can't remember her. So for him to be able to see her but not interact with her just like really sucks. And then Dean is our trauma boy.
He's like her protector.
Yeah.
Kind of, or not.
It brings out, okay, so like it brings out like the relationship of like how it's perceived, the family, versus like how it actually was, because like Sam thinks that they had like the perfect family before his mother died, and Dean even says it wasn't perfect until after she died, because we see that the parents are separated in the memory of Dean's, and that Dean, even though he's like a little boy, is his mom's protector. And so like in her death, he picked up on his father's wish to make the marriage seem like it was perfect. And so like their whole lives, Dean portrayed the family as being perfect and like being happy and together. And now Sam can see through Dean's memory that it wasn't perfect.
It was shocking to me, because I don't remember that, because they have portrayed this loving, caring relationship for such a long time. I completely blacked out that. I don't remember the episode, right? Now that I'm rewatching it, like, really? They weren't together? Like, they were fighting, whatever the case was. It took me by surprise.
Yeah. I actually am on the scene right now, and it's interesting because even though her and John are on the phone and they're like kind of bickering while Dean and Sam watch, right before that, she was trying to make everything so perfect for Dean. So it was like she was also trying to protect him, which
Yeah.
makes me feel a little bit better about Mary because I have mixed feelings about Mary as a character.
Really?
Yeah, I just don't know that she was like the best mother. But like I'm
Because
holding that back because I want to rewatch and get more context from my memory.
are you going to remember that you have mixed feelings
Yeah.
about Mary? Okay.
But I
Because
will
we have a
say,
long way to go.
yeah, this is like such a heartbreaking scene because like she just got off the phone and Dean like comes over and hugs her. He really is like
He
her
wants to comfort
protector.
her.
Yeah. But she's allowing it. She's making him be her emotional support when he is just a little boy, and that's not really fair.
He's not even 4 years old when you think
Yeah.
about it, because to our knowledge, she's not pregnant with Sam.
Yeah, if she is, she's like very, very early on, like not showing at all.
And for him to be that perceptive of what's going on between mom and dad, that means it's happening a lot and it's happening right in front of his face.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because he's
So,
not even a hunter at this point. Like, so
no.
he really is picking up on it when he shouldn't have a clue. Now we've moved on to the scene where it's Sam's memory with the dog. Because yeah, the theme of this episode is that they're realizing that, or Dean at least is realizing that every memory of Sam's in heaven is like his worst nightmare because it all involves Sam not being with the family. And all Dean wants is for the family to be together. I just want to freaking hug Dean so bad. Our broken boy.
Our broken boy indeed. But I understand where Sam's coming from because he has a different perspective, like we were talking about just earlier.
Yeah,
of
like he
what
doesn't have the
family
same
should be.
context.
He doesn't. He really, really doesn't.
Do you think Sam is more like Mary, where like he wants like a sense of like what's quote unquote normal, like he wants normalcy, and that's all that Mary wanted to the point that like she got herself killed? Because going back to like the night she died, I think we were both kind of critical of her in that like she knew what was going on, but she didn't have any weapons or any kind of protection around because she was so focused on having a normal life and not having the hunting life.
Right. I agree.
And
They are exactly they are one and the same in that
yeah, because
aspect.
I don't think that when Sam was living with Jess, I don't think that he had any stuff around either because he probably worried that she would see it and question what was going on.
Right.
So it's like
And
you're
he
so
wanted to leave it
focused.
behind.
Yeah, but you can't leave it behind. We've learned that through the show. You're so focused on like living this idyllic life that you self-sabotage by not protecting yourself from reality.
You can't, no matter how much you want to be away from it, once you're in it, you're in it. You can't ignore like seeing things and hearing things that seem completely out of norm.
Yeah.
Just make it normal.
And this is like relatable in that I feel like this is like relatable to people that like are going back to like, I'm trying to think of how to say this. It's reminding me of White Lotus with the one woman. Oh, what was her name? The one that was from Texas.
Oh,
who acted like she had like the perfect life.
Leslie Bibb's
Yeah,
character.
her character.
Say Kate.
Kate. It's reminding me of Kate, how like everything seems idyllic and stuff. And she's like trying to live this like Instagram, like social media perfect kind of life that people try to live. And then you find out that her husband and her friend were like, I don't know, flirting and like acting up at the other friend's wedding and stuff. And it's like things are not as like idyllic as they seem. But like she's living in this world where she can't even like fathom that reality would come encroaching on like this idyllic life that she is portraying.
Right.
So I don't know if that makes sense, but I feel like this is taking like the supernatural kind of way of describing what's going on, and like it's relatable to everyday life where people come up with these parasocial lives, kind of like we have these parasocial relationships that are unhealthy, where like I don't know if there's a term, but I'm just going to call it the parasocial life, where we try to portray to the outside how perfect things are when they're not, and when even if they were, like reality or like the outside world is going to encroach on that and change it.
I like the way you explained that.
Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. I'm really kind of obsessed with parasocial relationships right now. So I like the idea of like this like parasocial life or lifestyle as well.
Do you think that we have a parasocial lifestyle because of social media, or it's always been there and social media has amplified it?
I think that social media has amplified it because we always had, or not like always, but it's going back to the Gilded Age where it was like there was always the term and the idea of keeping up with the Joneses. The Joneses were an actual family that were part of like the whole Gilded Age, and that I'm going to have to look this up and get back to you. But like, if I remember correctly, the Astors were like the way that they portrayed themselves in the Gilded Age was a direct result of the Jones sisters. So if you look up the Jones sisters Gilded Age, I think they were slightly before the Gilded Age, but they were the reason why everybody was moving uptown and why like in the Gilded Age the Russells picked where they picked to move. Before that, everybody lived downtown. They were kind of like the trendsetters, these two sisters. Everybody wanted to keep up with them. And so like the Astors, I believe, were like very fixated on like keeping up with the Joneses, and that's where the term keeping up with the Joneses comes from.
Fascinating.
Yeah. So it's always been a thing, but social media has definitely like made it go off the rails.
Okay.
And just like celebrity in general, because like you're constantly like we've always had like celebrities and people that you wanted to like emulate. I'm trying
to find it and it's not like showing up.
Okay, I'll try to remember to find it.
Okay.
But yeah, like even if you're like, oh, where does the term keeping up with the Joneses come from?
Another good lesson there.
Yeah. You're welcome. This is when I deep dive. These are the things I find out.
The good thing is that you remember. If I deep dive and then I forget stuff.
I kind of half remember stuff. But yeah, so this was like a really emotional episode because like we started like Dean's first memory is waking up in July of 1996 and Knocking on Heaven's Door is playing, which is kind of on the nose. I thought that was funny. It's the night that he gave Sam like one of the best memories of his life. Like they go out in this field and they set off fireworks and stuff like that. And Sam is like, Dad will never let us do this. But they're like, Dean takes him out and he gives them this great night. And like that's so like Dean's favorite memory and his introduction to heaven is giving joy to his brother.
Yes.
Not joy to himself, but what?
You said it's him like bringing joy to Sammy, but Sammy doesn't even remember that. That's not even part of like.
Yeah, because Sam has such a different viewpoint of things.
And of course Dean shouts him out rightfully. I feel like rightfully. Like how dare you have all of these joyful, grateful memories and not one of them is with your own father or your own brother.
Yeah, like Sam says they never had Thanksgiving, and Dean is like, what are you talking about? We had Thanksgiving every year together. But it wasn't his idea of Thanksgiving. Sam has a privilege that Dean never had the opportunity to have in that respect. Like he had the privilege of remembering Mom, but he didn't have the privilege of thinking that things could be better.
Do you think that the reason for it is he's the older brother, so of course the responsibility fell on him, and Papa Winchester will leave Dean in charge of Sammy all the time. Sammy was his responsibility.
Yeah, I think there's a couple things. He is the older brother, so there is that impact of like, okay, you're the older brother, you have to take care of your little brother. I also think that like Mary was using Dean for emotional support. Papa was in his own way. That's why he turned him into Soldier Boy. Like he made him his right-hand man. He made this little boy, this 4-year-old little boy, his right-hand man.
But he was, I don't know what's the right word, malleable. Like,
yeah, because he was such a little boy. Like he was a baby. He crafted him into the perfect soldier
But it's also I think, even though he's a young kid, but he could have rebelled against it, a personality thing. Like he was aiming to please and to keep people happy also.
Yeah.
Well, not people, his family.
Because he has a protector personality. He's a people pleaser and a protector. But he's just not the people pleaser type that we necessarily think of. We think of more like Loki on, to go back to White Lotus again. We think of that as being the ultimate people pleaser. Dean is a people pleaser, but not in like the traditional way that we think of a people pleaser. Like when it comes down to it, he's going to protect you. He's going to martyr himself for you. He is going to do whatever it takes for you to be okay and for you to be happy at his own expense. So he is a toxic protector / people pleaser.
Wow.
Because like in order to protect someone else, you really need to protect yourself first. It's kind of like with the airplanes where they say put your mask on first and then help others. Dean would never do that. He would go straight to helping everyone else. He would run right into a burning building without even thinking about it and forget about his own well-being.
Oh, dang.
Did you have anything else for this episode? I mean, we didn't talk about who we saw. We saw Ash, and Ash, of course, can go from heaven to heaven.
Other people's heavens.
Yeah, because everyone has their own individual heaven.
He did not know about Joe and Ellen, surprisingly.
Yeah, I still don't understand if the angels purposely kept that from him or what happened.
Well, why would they purposely keep it from him? Because it's not like as if he's a character that we wind up seeing again. We never see him again, to my knowledge.
I thought about this. Yeah, I don't know that we ever see him again either. He is helping them in this episode find Joshua, because their goal is to find Joshua in the garden so that they can see if Joshua will help them because he talks to God. The only thing I can think of is the angels would keep it from him because he might not help them if he knew that they were ultimately responsible for Ellen and Joe's death. That was the only thing I could come up with. The other thing is it could just be still so new that he just didn't realize that they were in heaven yet. I feel like he would be keeping an eye out for them, but...
That's a really good question. Not a good question. That's a really good thought. And my question is, how long? We don't know, obviously, because we don't have dates. But and how would he know if he knows about Pam.
Yeah, Pamela. But she's been dead longer.
But how do they still know about each other? Is a message sent or something? I don't get it.
Well, he has that computer algorithm thing. Is that how he's finding everybody? I think that's how he finds everybody.
Why is he looking for specific people?
He just wants to see his friends, I guess.
If he knows that they're already dead, did she pass away before or after Ash?
She passed away after Ash, I believe.
So I wonder how he found out that she was dead.
I think it's that computer. I'm looking at my notes. I didn't write it down because he shows them he has one of those old school computers and he can map out the different heavens or whatever. So I think maybe he just roams through the system and finds people he knows or something.
He comes across a heaven and he finds his way there and then he sees whose heaven it is.
Or he can figure it out somehow whose it is on the computer. Yeah, they didn't get too much into it, but he does know. And he can figure it out pretty quickly because she was there almost immediately to see them.
But it's also, Sam and Dean, so everything seems to be extra.
I was asking earlier if who was the most shocking. I think that for me it was Pamela, not because it's her, but because of the way that she reacted. Because she was basically telling Dean, oh, heaven is awesome. My heaven is one continuous rock concert. It's not necessarily a bad thing if you just let everybody die. And I was like, Pamela, rude much? You just want everybody to die? And I know what she was saying, this is actually so much better than Earth. Kind of like The Good Place, you go through it on Earth and you get rewarded with The Good Place. But you gotta in order to appreciate it, you gotta live life.
Yeah.
And we see that in The Good Place too, actually, because you have what's her face from Friends is when everything's great, you don't really have anything. You can't experience joy. It's kind of like the Buddhist philosophy of you can't know positive things without negative things because you need to be able to compare it. If you only know love and love is ever forever, you don't appreciate it because through that loss of love and the possibility of losing love, it makes you like appreciate and experience love to its fullest while you have it.
Right.
Or like happiness or like pleasure or like whatever concept you're looking at. So, i.e., life is precious, Pamela.
Yes.
You
That
have
would
to
be
live
something.
it.
That would be something typical of her to say. I feel like she's kind of like, this might not be the right word, but like hippie. Probably seems like I'm stereotyping a group of people.
I think I
Apologies.
know what you mean, though.
You know, like live life. Woo.
Yeah, so she would have been my most surprising. Zachariah sucks, as he always does.
Yes, he's like the suckiest of the suckiest. Out of all of the characters thus far, he is like the most
Is he worse than Uriel?
pervasive.
Pervasive is a good word. Yeah.
I think Uriel doesn't have anything on him, in my opinion.
Okay.
Like, Uriel was an ass. He was, right?
Yeah.
But he wasn't conceited about it, like so full of himself. Like he was self-righteous.
Yes, he is very self-righteous and arrogant. And I don't think we get to it yet, but at some point, maybe it's in the next episode or something, he even like talks about how like he was so respected before the Winchesters that no one would look him in the eye. And it's like, get over yourself, dude.
You know?
Yeah. So yeah, he's just an overall shitty person. And he, in this episode, he turns Mary against Dean.
Yeah. Well, of course he would.
Rotten.
Of course he would. He has to be manipulative just to get what he wants.
Joshua. I was surprised, but not surprised by Joshua, just because, like, not like Joshua himself, but that God was like, oh, I know what's going on, and I'm not going to do anything about it.
It's the beginning of the end.
Yeah.
It's the beginning of the end.
This is the beginning of Castiel's great crash out of 2000 and whatever year it is.
Gosh. Yeah, because he just disappears and he gets wasted.
Yeah. I'm at the scene right now where like Cass gives the amulet back to Dean and Dean like tosses it in the trash can, like something that was so meaningful to him most of his life.
It's desperate times and things aren't working, and everything that they've done has not been working.
They're hitting the low, like they're losing hope. Sam's the only one with hope by the end of this episode, which that's a theme. They tend to like take turns losing hope.
They do. Imagine if they both lost hope.
Yeah.
Well, I guess you always have like Cass and Bobby.
Someone has to have hope to bring them back. Oh, and I stand corrected. This is the episode where Zachariah talks about how before he met the Winchesters, he had so much respect that nobody would look him in the eye.
Was that like at the end of that?
It must have been, because that's the last note I made.
Okay. Because he does go to look for them, obviously. So
yeah.
Okay.
It can't be at the very, very end, though.
No, it can't be. It can't be. But he is so full of himself. So full of himself.
Yeah. But that's the only other thing I had in my notes was that Dean or somebody makes a comment that heaven is like Disneyland without all those anti-Semitism.
Like, if that would have aired today, OMG.
It's still relevant today.
Oh my gosh. The people would be
but people would have freaked out.
Yeah, up in arms. Definitely.
They might have said, if it aired today, they might have said it's like Harry Potter without all the anti-Semitism. To bring it back to your Harry Potter.
Oh God. Did you see that apparently J.K. Rowling and Emma Watson are like beefing?
I saw a headline and I was like, JK, I don't care about you. I'm living off of this interview of Emma. I have to sit down and watch it. I've only been able to watch clips and everything is like a banger. Like, I'm like, I love Emma Watson so much. But anywho, yeah, that was all I had for this episode. It was a very emotional episode, which, I mean, they freaking die and go to heaven. So that makes sense that it's an emotional episode.
It has to be.
Yeah. And of course, they do get brought back to life. Do you have any final thoughts, or should we move on to the next episode?
Yes, we should.
Okay. So the next episode is episode 17. It's called 99 Problems. It takes place
99 problems, but a bitch ain't one.
It takes place in Blue Earth, Minnesota. And the summary is Sam and Dean are outnumbered by demons, but are saved at the last minute by Rob and his townspeople, who are aware of the apocalypse and have been training to fight and kill demons. The small town is very religious, and Sam and Dean meet Pastor Gideon, who introduces them to his daughter Leah, whom he claims is a prophet. Leah tells the townspeople they must obey her orders if they want a spot in heaven, but when she starts turning people against each other, the brothers realize they must kill her. Every time I see that this episode is in Minnesota, I'm like, this is Minnesota?
I like the name Blue Earth.
They just don't have the Minnesota accent. I think that's, which, like, depending on where you are in Minnesota, you have a different accent. So, I don't know. It just throws me because they don't sound like any of my family.
They're not going to do research on
Yeah.
accents and
For one
dialect.
episode. It just like
Yeah.
throws me. For some reason, I keep wanting to think it's like in Arizona or someplace this episode.
What?
I don't know why Arizona, but it doesn't feel Minnesota to me.
Did they ever make it to Arizona?
I think they're in Arizona at some point.
Well, in this episode, we have the return of Lisa, played by Cindy Sampson, Pastor David Gideon, played by Larry Poindexter, Leah Gideon, played by Kayla Mae Maloney, Rob, played by Michael Shanks, Jane, played by Joanna Newmark, Paul, played by Bruce Ramsey, Elise, I don't remember Elise, played by Laura Wilson, and Dylan, played by Brett Dyer, who stars in.
Oh my God, what is he starring? He's in. Is it
I don't
Jane the
remember.
Virgin?
Yes! He
And
plays.
also, hold on,
Michael?
we have to say, also starring in this episode is the city of New York City, portrayed by the ambulance. Sorry, the entire time you're trying to talk. Ambulance in the background.
And I thought it was far away enough. I guess not. Do I have to say all of that again?
We're gonna keep it in.
Let's face the fact here. The real host of this podcast going forward is going to be the sounds of New York City.
Yeah. We're just embracing the chaos at this point.
We're going to have to. No, we're not going to have to. Let me see what I can figure out.
It's fine.
Oh my gosh.
I just love that it's not even like hot weather right now. Like the windows are closed and New York is still like, fuck you.
Blazing. There's emergencies everywhere. People don't know how to drive their cars. It's great. All right.
This is not GABbin with Greicy and Heather. It is GABbin with Greicy, Heather, and New York City.
That's right. That is right.
This episode was wild.
This episode was a lot. We are introduced to the Whore of Babylon.
Yes. Oh, I'm sorry. Was the Jane the Virgin guy the last guy you were gonna say? By the way.
Yes. He played Michael. If I'm not mistaken, Jane the Virgin. Yeah, and he looks like a baby here.
He's a baby, and his hair really threw me off. But it is the same exact face.
Yes.
And R.I.P.
R.I.P. Dylan.
A demon gets him and makes his mama go crazy.
Gosh, the promise of seeing a loved one, especially a child, would probably make a lot of people do things I didn't think that they would do.
Yeah, this really shows like how people can be manipulated by grief. Because basically the Whore of Babylon promises her that if she does what she says, then she's going to see her child who she's just lost. And I think mamas specifically would burn down the world to see their baby.
It makes me think, would I?
Yeah.
But
I mean, you would probably do a lot of things that you would say you would never do if you were separated from Fitzy and it was the only way to see him again.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
But yeah, so basically the Whore of Babylon, her purpose is to try to get good people to go bad. And she, like we were saying with like the mother, she's able to do that through manipulating them with the idea of like paradise and seeing the people that they love, which makes sense. Like the strongest people would probably be manipulated by a situation like that.
I felt like it was a filler episode, right?
It was and it wasn't, because Dean reacts differently than what we thought he would react to in this show. Instead of, and like Sam calls him out, like Sam is basically like, they're outlawing like your whole personality. And Dean very much has a like, when in Rome, act like a Roman. Like, so he's okay with everything that they seem to be doing, like how they're making all these rules and cutting off.
He fell in line like way too quickly.
Yeah, like it's very culty how they were acting, and he was like not calling that out, and he was like, they should just do what they got to do. And so that was shocking to me. He wasn't acting the way that we expect him to act. And then we turn around, and in order to kill the whore of Babylon, he ends up doing it, even though it's supposed to be like they're told it should be Gideon because Gideon's a servant of God. And so by Dean being able to kill her, it makes him realize that he's a servant of God after all. And that ends up being like the final thing for him to be like, okay, I need to allow Michael to use me as his vessel. And so we see him at the end of this go to Lisa, and he tells her like, oh, when I picture myself happy, it's with you and the kid. And then he tells her like, things are going to get crazy, but don't worry because I'm making arrangements for you to be okay. So you're like, no matter what you see and stuff, like you're going to be okay. So it's a filler episode for like overall, but it's really the episode that makes Dean realize that he is the servant of God and has to agree to be Michael's vessel.
Why do you think he felt the need to go to Lisa? We're in the middle of the end of the
penguin. She's his penguin.
lobster.
She's his lobster.
I just feel
and,
like
it also it goes back to what we were talking about before. He also needs to make sure that people are feeling okay and okay. So he has to like go to her and say, you're gonna see some really bad shit. I don't want you to stress out and be worried about it because I got you covered. Like you're gonna be okay, and Ben's gonna be okay. Like he doesn't want her to go in being scared. Meanwhile, the way he's acting is terrifying her, and all she wants to do is have him stay for a beer so that she can talk him out of whatever she knows he's planning on doing.
He get in her bed one last time.
And like, yeah, well, of course. And like that doesn't even tempt him because he is so focused, where it goes back to he's not going to think about his pleasure, his well-being, or anything about him. It's all about making sure that this other person's okay. Oh, Dean.
Oh, Dean. And here I thought that the love of his life was, his girlfriend that
from college.
Yeah, but I guess not.
No, it's Lisa. We just have to accept that.
I'm getting like Ginny vibes here, but I like Lisa, so I'm not gonna go.
Yeah.
Full, like it just seems to, for me, come out of nowhere. But because I guess that's the whole point. Like he's so private about things.
Yeah, like when we see his college girlfriend, they kind of talk about their past. We don't get too much with him and Lisa, just that we get the perspective of her friends being like, oh, that's the Dean, the best night of my life, Dean. So, but it was obviously more than just one night.
Yes.
He can't quit her. He keeps going back. She even moved. She moved and he figured out where she was.
Oh, I didn't even pay attention to that. Okay, Dean. Of course he would.
Yeah.
So she comes back in season 6.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Okay. I catch a break.
Yeah. Do we want to go on to the next episode? Do you have anything else about 99 Problems?
I do not.
Episode 18 is Point of New Return. The summary is Zachariah has a new plan to overcome Lucifer, but the strategy has unforeseen destructive consequences. And it takes place in Cicero, Indiana, Sioux Falls, South Dakota, Wisdom, Minnesota, and Van Nuys, California / the Heaven Waiting Room, which is an abandoned muffler factory.
It seems like they were all over the place. So,
yeah.
Right? Those poor guys. Who comes back? Bobby Singer, of course, Zachariah, and Adam, played by Jake Abel or Abel. And there's also Stuart Holmes, but I can't remember who that guy is. Played by Michael Robinson.
Stuart Holmes.
Try to get a good look at. I'm not sure who he is.
Is he in the? I'm trying to think of who he would be.
No idea. Yeah, I have no idea.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Yeah, this was interesting because this is actually the first time they meet their brother, which I didn't think about until now. Because before it wasn't their actual brother that they were interacting with. It was a ghoul.
Exactly.
So it's kind of crazy that they get to almost the end of season 5 before they meet their little brother. And Adam is not happy with Papa, which I appreciate because as much as we love Papa, he was not a good father.
He wasn't.
Doesn't he
He wants
describe
it.
him as, oh, that's just the guy that would take me to a ball game once a year?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and it's an interesting perspective. It's a third perspective,
Yeah.
right? Where Sam did care about his father, he just wanted a normal life.
Hmm.
And here, this kid has the normal life, gets to see the father once a year. Of course, that's not enough. That's bullshit.
Yeah, it's cool that like you have the same person and they're being perceived so differently by three different people.
It makes absolute sense.
It's like that old Japanese movie Rashomon where they have like uh it's like an old black and white movie. It's kind of cool where it's like, if I remember it correctly, it's someone is attacked in the woods and there's like a court and like they have like people testify the different perspectives of what they saw. And so it's like the witness, the person that was attacked, the person that attacked them, the like a ghost spirit. And like everybody has a very vastly different perspective, but they're all speaking the truth.
Because it's their truth.
Yes, exactly. So with Supernatural, they're all talking about Papa and their perspective towards Papa, and it's all the truth because it's all from their vantage point. We're just distracting you right now.
Well, because I'm watching this episode, the beginning of it, he plays the guy at the bar. This is the scene where Zachariah talks about, like, oh, people used to look up at me, but it's this episode.
Oh, did I write the note on the wrong episode? That
But
checks
hey,
out.
it's okay because we know who he is.
Because I wrote it as the last note I had for episode 16, but it's actually at the beginning of episode 18, is what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay. That checks out for me because I write notes in the dark. So I can't really see. And I can't see my notebook with my glasses on, but I can't see the TV without having my glasses
my gosh. Heather, at least you take notes. Okay.
on. That's
I don't take notes. So
I get an A for effort,
for you.
even though I failed
Exactly.
miserably on that one.
You get an A++ for effort. Okay. Shoot. Zachariah, this actor is like fantastic though. Like,
Oh wait, there is another angel. Could that guy that you were talking about be the guy that Cass fights with at the beginning of this episode?
no, the steward
No.
is the man that's next to him because he's introduced himself as steward. So I
Who's
don't
next
know.
to
Like,
who?
next to Zachariah at the bar.
Oh, is it the guy? Okay, it's the guy that like ends up RIPing because of the angels. Okay, that makes sense. I forgot about him.
Well, he's not important. That's why.
He's having a very bad day.
Yeah, clearly. Dean in the last episode up in Lee's, right? He goes to see Lisa. And now
Yeah.
he looks like he's like, whose house is he in right now? Did they address
Well,
that?
I think they're at are they at Bobby? Because I wrote
Well,
that.
not Dean. He's on his own, right? Because he left Sammy.
But it says Cass takes them to Bobby.
Eventually,
Oh, you're talking about before that?
talking about at the beginning of this episode, he writes a letter to Sam. Eventually, Sammy finds him, and that's when they go over to Bobby's house. But he's in some random house, or I think it's a random house. Oh, there he is. Never mind.
Room?
Probably. It looks like a house. It's very nice.
Or
Sammy
maybe
finds
he's
him.
just squatting. I don't think we know where it is. Because they get to Bobby's pretty soon, and then Cass pulls Adam up from the dirt. Oh, that's right. Bobby's still in a wheelchair.
It's been the longest season of Bobby in the wheelchair.
Like, poor Bobby. I wonder how he felt about acting in a wheelchair for so long.
I'm sure it was difficult because he's
Yeah, because you
able,
have to be careful
so.
not to like move your legs and whatnot.
Yeah.
Huh.
Brotherly love.
Going back to like, again, they're like, Dean has to make sure that everybody else is okay. When the angels get Adam, he goes after them knowing that it's a trap, like knowing that like the whole purpose of them taking Adam is to lure him in. So once again, our broken boy
Such
is not
a-holes.
thinking about himself. But I will say he does have the plan. Like since he knows that, he's going in with the conditions. And I was shocked. I thought that he would like. Obviously, he's going to protect Lisa and all them. But when he said one of my conditions is that Michael has to kill you to Zachariah, I was like, hell yeah! That made me so happy.
I'm trying to remember his face. He was probably like, oh.
I think it was just like incredulous. Like it was like, what? Like Nobody's going to kill me. I'm Zachariah.
Zachariah, you are so obnoxious. My God. I recall feeling very bad for Adam, obviously. Wait, his name is Adam? Interesting. I mean, I know his name is Adam, but it's like, Adam.
Like Adam and Eve.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought about that at one point, and I was like, I don't know why, because especially since he's the third child.
There's probably no connection. Maybe it was just a
Yeah.
coincidence. But I'm not gonna like deep dive and try to figure out why, unless
Because nothing comes back
Eric Kripke said something.
later with an Eve reference, right?
I don't think so. There's just Lilith. I don't think there's
Yeah.
ever been an Eve character on Supernatural, but we have the wiki up, so let me see.
Isn't there an Eve character?
Let's see. Eve. Oh, there is an Eve character.
Okay, I thought there was.
Season 6. Okay.
Okay.
But how many episodes is she in?
Jensen Ackles said that he would go back and nix this, or push through the storyline of season 6. It sounds like he doesn't like season 6, so I can't wait to get to it.
Well, maybe season 6 is the reason why.
Yeah.
I was saying season 5 should have been the last season.
It probably is.
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
Whenever we.
Another fun fact is his least favorite episode was Bugs.
Yes, I saw that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which checked out.
Yeah, it definitely checks.
I think they both hated that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they were told to treat the bugs nicely.
Oh yeah,
they have to swat them. Yeah, like that's counterintuitive.
Okay, I think we saw the same interview, because was it where Jared was like, I sat on a bee, but I think it lived, and then Jensen's like, if it stung you, it died. Oh, then it died. So he got stuck on his butt.
I think Erica sent us the video.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah.
She needs to catch up with us so she can be on and talk with us about this stuff. Anywho, this was a transitional episode. I felt like I don't have too much to say about it, because basically it was introducing Adam as the vessel, as a possible person for the vessel, and it was bringing Sam and Dean back together, because ultimately, when they're trying to save Adam, he gets Sam out of the heaven holding room, but he can't get Adam out. We find out that Dean has decided not to be Michael's vessel, and it was because he saw his brother Sam and couldn't let him down, because once again, the theme of Dean's broken boy life is, I need to make sure everybody else is okay, and I can't let my brother down.
Just make up your mind, Dean. That's what I feel like telling him.
Yeah, that's true. They're both all over the place, but they're constantly reacting. They're constantly reacting to new information, so that's probably why. But it's all very dramatic. Dramatic reaction. Do they represent the United States? Dramatic reactions to every little thing.
Oh my gosh, that's a good one. Yeah.
Sorry, world, we're a hot mess, just like the Winchester boys.
Yes. I was just distracted because anytime I see Adam, I think he's the third brother, and it's he's the less good-looking brother, and that seems typical in a family of brothers. There's always one that's gonna be the odd one out, the least attractive. Not that he's not attractive, but
right. I was gonna say he's not. It's not that he's not attractive. It's just compared to the other two, because he has really nice blue eyes.
Yes, and he has something of Papa, and it's probably the eyes.
Yeah.
Because they all, you put all the actors together and they look similar.
It's good casting for brothers.
Very, very good casting for brothers, and for Mama and Papa Winchester too. Yeah. Because I see a little bit of the boys in them. So
yeah.
Adam tends to lean more towards Dean's, features.
Yeah.
But not Sam at all. So, and he, in my opinion, looks a little bit like Papa Winchester, so it makes sense. But yeah, I think like you said, it's a transitional episode, so there's not much to say except that we know that now he is the optional vessel, Adam.
Yeah, that they have Adam, that he also will work because he's a Winchester, so it's the same bloodline. And
loophole. Always a loophole.
Yep, exactly. And then, oh my god, I need to close my notes because now I'm looking at the wrong episode for my notes. Yeah, so it's setting up for the rest of the season, which is gonna like explode and wrap up this storyline that we're in. Because we got how many more episodes? We got 2, 3, 4 more episodes.
It progresses pretty fast.
A lot happens. Yeah, a lot happens in the next 4. But this is like a transitional to set all that up.
Yeah.
So
it's amazing how fast things go. Like we finally made it to the finish line after 22 episodes.
Yeah. You think we'll wrap it up next time? You think we'll get all 4 in? Maybe we'll have a really long episode. We'll really focus.
Yeah, maybe.
We're both making faces right now that people can't see.
Let's see. Yeah.
We'll see how far we get. We got through 3 episodes tonight. Any final thoughts on these 3 episodes? They were good.
Listen, they don't disappoint. Even the filler episodes. There's so much information that's being thrown at you.
Yeah.
But it's still one of the, we're taking a very long time with season 5 because it is one of the best seasons in the whole entire series.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and even in like the filler episodes, we're getting lore, we're getting canon, which is helping us in real life because I saw a video the other day. I don't know if it was TikTok or Instagram. It was on some social media where this woman was telling a story about camping with her boyfriend in the Appalachian Trail and this like creature they saw and stuff like that. And I was like, bitch, you saw a Wendigo. And then I went to the comments and everybody else was like, that was a Wendigo. I was like, supernatural.
Oh my god, that is awesome. Awesome.
But it was a funny video because she was telling about how like they survived by following the rules of the trail because in Appalachia, like there's certain rules that you follow. But yeah, she saw a Wendigo. I was like, that is 1000% a Wendigo. She's just
that's cool. That's awesome.
Supernatural season 1, episode 1. If you haven't seen it,
love it.
Might save your life if you're on the East Coast. All right. Well, let us know what you think about these 3 episodes. As always, if we missed anything, if you disagreed with us on anything, how dare you? You also love Steven Yeun.
Everyone does.
Yeah. We've never actually talked about anything he's been in because we never talked about Beef, did we? I think we both watched it. I don't think we ever talked about it.
Wasn't the whole point of watching it to talk about it?
I think it was. This is what a hot mess we are, y'all. I'm pretty sure we were supposed to talk about it, and we just forgot that we were supposed to talk about it.
I honestly cannot go back, and
too much anxiety.
It is. It really is. Like it was too much. It was too much.
Like I knew it was going to be a lot, and then when I actually watched it, I was like, "This is no
it wasn't. No,
I thought it was going to be."
I had no idea, and I'm not. That's not a rewatch.
Yeah, so sorry, people. If you want us to discuss it, it's not going to happen, but you should go watch it.
Yes, it's really good, but be prepared.
Because also Ali Wong is awesome.
Yes, the whole cast was fantastic.
Yeah, they did a good job.
But, great Asian cast.
Yeah, but we're not rewatching.
No, we're not.
We can watch something else. I would watch Okja and talk to you about it. I don't know if you can handle it. You can try to watch it and see.
Crying at the end. Let's see.
Some of it's subtitles, some of it's in English. So like it's fine in that like it's not a whole movie that you have to read the subtitles. So you can also like look at it visually because sometimes that's a problem. Like with my favorite movie of all time, Amelie. It's a very visual movie. Okay. So that's why I started watching it over and over again because like since you have to read the subtitles the whole time, you miss a lot of that visual.
Oh, that's always the crappy part.
Yeah. So that's the problematic part when you don't understand the language of movies in. This at least it's a very visual movie, but like parts are in English, parts are in Korean, so like you can go back and forth between like watching the visual and not having to focus on the subtitles. So but yeah. But anyway, hit us up on Instagram with your thoughts. Our handle is @GABbin Podcast, or you can email us. The email address is gabbinpodcast@gmail.com. And thanks for listening to GABbin. Go check us out on Instagram, like and follow us. Check out our other episodes. We are on all the major platforms where you can find your podcast. feel free to buy us a coffee.
Please do. We need it.
Talk to you next week. Thanks for listening to GABbin.
GABbin.
We're GABbin. We're GABbin. We're GABbin. We're GABbin. We're GABbin. We're GABbin.